Hello, I'm Citrus, and you're looking at the high-grade Hyaku Shiki Revive. This kit came out in August of 2016, and it retailed for 1,800 yen. This kit took me about 7 hours to build from unboxing to final spray, and you can see it here with top coat, and I don't think it affected the overall finish too much. The plastic is still pretty shimmery underneath it, but even out of the box it was pretty matte. It wasn't gloss coated or anything. So if this was a kit that you're just going to straight build and not do a full paint job on, I don't think a top coat is actually necessary. And here is the size comparison with the Revive Mark II and the Evolution Zeta. So this kit is fully undergated. And I think Bandai did this because they were anticipating a potential gold chrome or metallic finish version of it. But of course, in the almost 2 years since this original release, we haven't had one. I think the reason why the standard release didn't come in gold is because the last chrome kit that we received as a standard release was the Delta Gundam, and that retailed for 4,200 yen, and I don't think it ever sold terribly well because paying master grade money for a high grade, of course, to most people doesn't make a lot of sense. I think this finish in the metallic injection is probably the best that Bandai could have done in terms of balancing the appearance of the kit and the value to the consumer. And honestly, I know a lot of people complained about this before around the time that this kit was being teased, but I actually really like this in person. The more I touched and handled this kit, the more this color grew on me. So, for construction-wise, the modelers among you will be happy to hear that there are no seam lines to take care of on the entire kit itself. All of it is pretty well hidden along actual panel lines and stuff like that. There are 2 places where nub marks are visible, and that is here on the forearm and one on the elbow. The whole build is really straightforward. It's pretty standard Revive fare that we've seen multiple times by now. But the best part about this kit is the color separation. All of the red vents that you see on the legs, these are red plastic parts, of course. They're relatively big, but so is this one on the inside right here, and as are the little triangles on the shoulders. This is really impressive because even on kits as recent as the Evolution Zeta, where you can see these little orange bits on the legs and shoulders, these are all stickers, with exception to the large pieces, of course. So the fact that they went the extra mile for the Hyaku Shiki, really awesome, makes the whole build way easier and way less time you have to spend painting everything. Similar story here for the forearms, where the little tubes are all cast in red plastic. Gray is provided by a separate piece that goes in the middle. So since this is the standard Revive formula, you can expect the standard Revive articulation with the double joint knees, double joint elbows, a shoulder joint here that swings outwards, and a double jointed waist. The shoulder only swings forwards, which is a little disappointing to me because I really wanted this kit to have the shoulders that swing upwards like on the Revive Mark II. The mobility in the neck is a little bit limited because the back of the head runs into the collar. On the bright side, the ankle articulation here is actually pretty good. So as it is right now, it'll go a little bit to the side and side like this, which is already way more than what we can do with the Mark II. But there's a little cheat you can do. If you take off one of the side pieces on the foot can bend almost all the way. So that's about 80 degrees bend there. So if you ever wanted to cheat a really wide-legged pose for a photograph, this is how you can do it. And on the back, the wings are really thin and light, so the little ball joints have no trouble holding them in place, and there's another swivel on the inside there. I never really know what to do with these when posing, but you can do quite a lot of things with them to make different kinds of poses, like dashing poses or evading poses or something like that. And you can see storage here on the back skirt for 2 beam sabers, and that rolls us nicely into the accessories, which will start with the hands. So there are 1 extra pair of hands that are included with this kit, and they are the closed fists you see here. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get open hands with these instead, like spread open hands, because those would have done much more for displaying this kit in a dynamic way. The closed fist on a kit this small doesn't really do much because they look very similar to the open hands already. But it's nice to have an extra pair of hands than having no hands at all. And as for the weapons, we get a pair of really nice long beam sabers, which look super dynamic. And we get a clay bazooka and a beam rifle, which are just simple 2-piece affairs, basically. So altogether, compared to the Revive Mark II and the Evolution Zeta, this is definitely my favorite of the 3 Revive Zeta high grades that we've received. Now, it is a little bit pricey. It costs just as much as the Evolution Zeta, but it doesn't have a transformation gimmick. But I think the amount of color separation on this really wins out. The fact that you have to do almost no detailing at all to make it completely color correct is a huge plus. So if you build 1/144 scale kits at all, this is highly recommended. And it's also a fantastic kit for you to introduce other people into Gunpla with, because it's just so easy to put together and the end result looks so good. After building this kit, I was so impressed that I genuinely considered tossing out all of my master grades and just building 1/144 scale kits exclusively. But then it occurred to me that I probably only need to build something from like 2003 or something to have my mind change back again. Anyway, that's all for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.